Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Golden Sun. When last we left off, minecart adventures in Altin Peak, where we're currently trying to defeat all of the statues that have been spewing water everywhere. There's actually only one more that we need to defeat. Unfortunately, the last one is the strongest of all of them, the boss of this dungeon. But while this technically isn't a dungeon, it's a mine, for all intents and purposes, it's a dungeon. Hello, Rat Fighter 1 and 2, how are you? You're going to get the drop on us, and for some reason you decided, you know what? No, we're not going to be doing this today. And so they ran off, which was probably to their benefit because they'd have died horribly if they hadn't. Now that we've made these two pillars of ice, we can move on to the next area, one of the final areas that we haven't been to yet. We will soon be able to get the ability to move those boulders that we've seen here, and we have seen one of those boulders way back in Vale, so we'll be doing some backtracking eventually. Hello there, 3 Calamar, how are you? We're going to split our attacks this way, and this way. There we go. I don't think that's going to get rid of any of them, but it is going to weaken all of them. One attack there, one electric bite there, which has stunned Mia, which means that next turn she won't be able to do anything. And that's okay, because I think we'll be able to clean up here. Ball Slash! Haha! That is a brilliant unleash. And that one is gone, and that one is gone. Unfortunately, being stunned does not carry over to the next encounter. We want to head down here, and following this winding passageway into a new area that will oh, there we go, one encounter, and there are 2 apes and a rat fighter. We most certainly want to use some of our synergy now. I think a Ragnarok here, maybe a fire spell there, and a ray here, and perhaps a ice horn. No, not ice horn, that is way too powerful. Frost will be sufficient. Ice Horn does a lot of damage, but it is a massive synergy drain, and we don't get any of the synergy crystals to replenish our synergy. But we do get massive swords made of Venus synergy, which is fantastic. And there are some fireballs, and none of them are dead. I'm not surprised. Here are some attacks, not very powerful ones, and I think some melee attacks will finish this off. There we go. So they focus on getting rid of the apes over there. Lizard! Goodbye, Rat Fighter. You are no more. Ooh, and a nimble dodge indeed. One attack and a ransack. That will do a significant amount of damage. We'll definitely need to heal that damage away. But I think this encounter is pretty much over. Goodbye 1, and goodbye 2, goodbye 2. Excellent. 403 gold. That is a lot of gold. Yep, I remember this area very distinctly. We're going to want to use some curing here. Your hit points are all maxed out, but yours aren't, and yours are, and yours aren't. There we go. We could move down here, but moving down here will literally just get us all the way back to near the entrance of the bottom part of the mine. We don't want to do that just yet. We want to navigate this oddly set of positioned rocks, which sort of make a winding passageway, all the way up to one sign that's over here. The sign reads, "Watch for falling rocks. Do not strike the wall. Rocks may fall." And everyone would die. There is a pillar here made of wood, and we could knock that over with the Force Synergy. If you don't have the Force Synergy at this point, there will be a cutscene that will trigger that will cause this to happen anyway. And what is this, I hear you ask? Well, we're about to make rocks fall, and I'm sure nothing bad will happen whatsoever. And that falls over? Excellent. Well, looks like that sign wasn't about anything. Uh-oh! Time to run, Isaac! Run for your very life! Run a little faster, Isaac. Run faster! Fortunately, Isaac is okay. The floor down there isn't okay. I hope the miners don't mind that we've ruined things. There is something down there and it's not happy. It's not happy whatsoever. But we're going to be going down there. How, I hear you ask? Well, we're going to be using this minecart rail here as a ladder. Very handy indeed. And suddenly the cave stops being a cave and starts being very temple-like. A very ancient structure indeed. We're going to set all of these Jinn to standby here. The main reason is we've discovered before that these statues are weak to the Mars synergy and summons, and we want to go into this combat with a summon ready to go. For this is a very, very big statue. And it's coming this way. Combat! And the boss fight, the Hydra statue. Even with all those Jin unset, Garrett still has 172 hit points, which is very impressive. This boss has 3 moves, if memory serves. This boss can use a melee attack by biting. It has Froth Sphere, which deals damage to 3 enemies. Sorry about the minor interruption there. And it has a Water Blessing, which deals damage to 2 enemies. If we had the armor that gave resistance to water magic, that would be rather useful here. But I don't think anyone's currently using that. Right, we're going to use Tiamat here. There we go. And I don't think sleep is going to work, but it's worth a try. We may have used up all of our luck against the last boss when it comes to that. And I think we could use Frost, but I don't actually think using any of the Mercury synergy is even worth it. We just want the chance to have the Siphon Seal happen, and it didn't happen. Will this work? The answer is it does work. Now that is handy. Ragnarok there for 94 damage. Still asleep? Excellent. You might not be asleep after this. This is going to be a lot of damage. A lot of damage indeed. Knowing what kind of encounter you're going to face really does help out when it comes to going in with the right summons available. It's going to take a few turns for Garrett to be able to do anything with those Jin anymore, so we're just going to use Heat Wave for now. And some Storm Rays. We can quite safely use as much synergy as we want, because we can quite easily escape from here afterwards. One attack there. Ragnarok once more! Haha, it's still a brilliant synergy. And the Hydra statue is still asleep. More fire there, 95 points, and 1 Jin has been set to Garrett, and unfortunately, Hydra statue has awoken. We're going to need to set that statue back to sleep. We could actually just use the Jin again. Why not, eh? Let's do that. And we'll try sleep once more. I don't think it's going to work a second time, but you never know, it might. And it did! Haha! I like that synergy. There we go! More Ragnarok! More of our boss being asleep. It's very handy that the boss is asleep. It makes it so much easier to preserve our hit points. There we go. I do remember that the Water Blessing and the Froth Sphere do quite a lot of damage. So the fact that the enemy hasn't actually done a single attack yet most certainly is to our benefit. There we go, we'll just attack like that. And I think some more, maybe you just want to attack right now. Might as well preserve, ooh, Siphon Seal. It didn't work, but hey, it still went off. And the Hydra statue has awoken, which is not good. 115 damage and Fever. And wrapped in Delusion. Marvellous. I actually think we want to defend right now, because I want the that summon to go off again. There we go. Let's defend, and let's defend. Let's see if we can get that extra experience for a summon going. Ooh, Ice Horn. Did not know you could cast that. That is not a lot of damage, however. That's probably why I forgot that you could cast that. There we go. I think we could... ooh, Delusion is gone now. I think using a little bit of healing might be a good idea. Let's see, Cure here. Actually, why even do that? You can just do a melee attack here. You're going to be using Tiamat again. 1 melee attack, and you're going to use Wish that we have. 80 hit points for everybody should be fine. 38 damage there, and that is what Wish does. A lot of healing to everyone. 74, ooh, I should have waited 1 more. Ah, well. We felled the Hydra statue. A victory is a victory nonetheless. Level 17 for Isaac. Maybe 1 melee attack there was all that we needed. Ah, well. Level 17, 2,400 coins, and a lucky medal. We've won! Excellent. We did it, Isaac. We beat the last water beast, and now there will be no more water in Altin. And then the drought began. I wonder why Altin's guardian statues turned into monsters. Isn't it strange? It is very strange. We have sort of been told why this could have been, but we'll just say that it is indeed very strange. And what's up with this strange tiled room at the bottom of the mine? The guardian statues were created long, long ago. Why are you only telling us this now, Mia? Did you know something about this that you weren't telling us? Perhaps you do, or perhaps you're making this up. What are they for? Well, what are they for? Goodbye, statue! There's a treasure chest behind the Guardian statue, and the reward for the most obvious statement goes to Ivan. It must all be related to these ruins, buried deep in the mine. Indeed it must. I guess so. Hey Isaac, we should check that chest before we go. And we will. Let's go and grab the loot that is here. The lifting gem. Lift synergy is something that we've been waiting for quite some time. We'll equip this here on Ivan, we might as well. There we go, we gain the lift synergy. It allows us to heft very heavy things up in the air a tiny bit. Enough for us to be able to walk under them though, and that is the important distinction. There we go. We want to head down here. We didn't take that much damage at all from the boss fight, and unfortunately, we didn't get to do the Tiamat summon, and we didn't get a rainbow victory there for the enemy, which is unfortunate. But hey, we did manage to defeat that boss very easily. And we might as well just leave. We may get an encounter or two. There is one of the situations where we could go and just get progress. That is actually, I think, the way out. But now the music in Altin has changed. And all of the dialogue of everyone has changed too. Is it true you found ancient ruins in the deepest part of the mine? How on earth do you know that? We've only literally just got out of here. But yes, indeed, we did. Really? I always thought that mine held some kind of secret. They used to find all sorts of artifacts. I wonder if they came from the ruins. They very much might have. They might have. Let's go and talk to everyone here, shall we? Hello, people that are most certainly hiding the fact that they know that something is here in the mines. Something's wrong with Mom and Pop. They've been acting weird ever since the ruins were found in the mine. I wonder if Mum and Pop knew about the monument in the mine. It seems that everyone knew about the monument, except us, and nobody told us about it. Some forewarning would have been nice. There probably isn't much treasure in the ruins beneath the mine. Why don't you forget about treasure and just resume your journey? Please leave so we can have the ancient treasure. Too late, we already have it. I had no idea there were ruins beneath the mine. Really? Ancient ruins at the bottom of the mine? Don't say. Cripes, ancient ruins down in the mine. We have to go get that treasure right away. I think we might have already got it. Let's go and talk to absolutely everyone, shall we? Now that we've solved all the problems in Altin, like we do with every location we go to. A girl from Zion was asking questions about young warriors. Say, could she have meant you guys? She might have. She was searching very hard. I wonder what business that girl from Zion has with warriors. Well, she kind of needs our help to rescue her friend. I hear that Silk Road is closed, or at least that's what this girl from Zion said. You're constantly going to be referring to her, aren't you? I imagine a few people will be. To be fair, it makes sense. You had the whole flooding, and then the person from Zion appeared. And we appeared. That was also significant that we appeared. The merchants must be having a hard time if Silk Road is blocked. Clear away a landslide. We might be able to do it. Who knows? We do have the ability to lift things now. Lift things with the power of synergy. Did you see water gushing out when you slew those Hydra creatures? No, I don't think we did. Really? Then how could they have carried all that water? I imagine synergy. I was afraid more water would gush out when the monsters were slain. Well, good news for you, that didn't happen. Once the mine opens again, we'll be able to get back on our feet. I hope Altin Mine will thrive again soon like it once did. Don't worry, it will, and we're never going to come back here to find out. Thank you so much for defeating the Hydra statues in the mine. How does everyone know that we did it? Well, I imagine we were talking about it, but how do they know that we got rid of the final one? It is indeed a mystery. We can go back to work in the mines again. I was just thinking that you probably stand there forever. That's probably what you're going to do anyway. Let's go and have a conversation with you, shall we? They already started mining the upper parts of the mountain. People people still seem afraid to go down to the lower depths. I'm not surprised there are quite a few enemies there. The water seeped into the mine shafts. I bet the rock is very soft. It might very well be. Hello, you. The water drained out of the mine through all the cracks, as I expected. But the remaining water will probably sit there for a while. It's so humid inside that cave. It feels awful and sticky in there. I really shouldn't be mining. It will probably ruin my bones. There's somebody over here. Hello, you. Are you still a little disappointed that we managed to solve everything? You did seem to be shaking your head earlier. Are you the ones who defeated the water beasts? We indeed are. We'd be much obliged if you also helped rebuild the village. Really? You know you can do that. We did all the hard work of killing everything. You can rebuild the village. How about that? You fought pretty well despite all that foul water the beast spewed out. You could have said that rather than being, oh, by the way, do something else for us for absolutely nothing. Some people just aren't grateful that we're the RPG protagonists and we're going to save the world. You know, we have more important places to be, unfortunately, like trying to save the world. Let's go and talk to you. Thank goodness the village is free from all that water. That strange chamber in the mines creeps me out. How do you know about it? Does everyone know about it? Did you just not tell me? That's probably not surprising. You probably just didn't tell me. Hello, I solved all your problems. There's an endless desert west of the mountains. Oh great, and we just got rid of all of that water, didn't we? Any travellers going west must prepare themselves well. You won't be able to go to the desert for a while since Silk Road is blocked. I'm sure we'll be dealing with that shortly. There's a small temple to the west of Altin mine. They may be having trouble with the water from the mine. I imagine they won't be. I think that temple was called Llama Temple. There are said to be people with strange powers there. Probably people who can use synergy is my best guess. There are still a few beasts in the mines, but they're deep down below, right? Yes? Good. Then we can just mine the upper passages. Why don't you just clear out all the monsters as well? Maybe you don't have any warriors that can do that, but we can't really do that because they'll spawn infinitely for us. I'm sure when we leave, everything will be fine, though. We can't go that way because that way just leads to the small cave over there. We could go down here. You really need some sort of ramp rather than ladders to get everywhere. But hey, it does work. We're going to go into here and talk to you. Hello, how are you? The girl from Zion bought a lot. I wonder if she's on a journey. I'm not sure that she is. The girl from Zion bought all goods that have been submerged. That is oddly specific, though. That is very specific. I believe we went into here. We did go into here, yes indeed. There are a few more places we can go to, though, like we can talk to you. The village went right back to normal once the water monsters left, but it's still a mess around here. Well, at least the grass is still green and healthy. That mine is full of holes and chasms. That's why it drains so well. Very handy indeed. Very handy. A few more places left to explore, like this room, for instance. Hello. If only they had left a water monster or two. Why? How can I truly be happy if all those cute monsters are gone? Did you actually fight them? I don't think you fought them. They were horribly vicious and they tried to kill us all. They were trying to kill you too. They were trying to kill you too. Hello, you. Ancient ruins and treasure definitely go together. What are you going to do? Well, we're going to leave soon. They say you can still find monsters if you go deep enough in the mine. I'd go treasure hunting if it weren't for those nasty beasts that would probably rip me limb from limb and kill me most horribly. Oh, hello, you. So those Hydra creatures really were the Guardian statues, huh? That sure is a surprise, because I'm an NPC and I don't think about the obvious solutions or the obvious causes of problems. The old Guardian statues always creep me out. I'm glad they're gone. Well, they're never coming back. Or are they? No, they're never actually coming back. How about it? Aren't you impressed by our vast armor selection? Well, it is pretty vast. Well, if you're impressed, then make a purchase. I think we actually might, because I think we do now have enough money to be able to buy something. The extra encounters we fought in the final part of the mine certainly did help in that regard. We'll just navigate around this barrel of swords here and talk to you. You'll have to find the passage in the mine that leads west if Silk Road is blocked. I think we know where that passage is. Don't worry, we know where it is. And that didn't work for mind reading. There we go. I've heard of a passage in the mine that leads west, but I've yet to meet anyone who's found it. Oh, don't worry, we've found it. We've certainly found it. And when we come back, folks, we're gonna do some purchasing of items, because we have a lot more money. We have 14,477. We might actually go and get an item and get even more money, because I don't think we're going to get an opportunity to buy any equipment for a little while. I thought at first that we'd be able to go to a settlement before we cross over the desert, but I think this might be the last place we have to buy equipment. And we definitely want to make sure that we're well equipped enough. Also, moving to the inn here might be a good idea, but then again, we might also be doing enough running around that we don't really need to. After all, we really didn't take any damage whatsoever. So I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.